Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock, it's my channel, where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George, welcome along to the channel everyone, and it's a match preview, isn't it, this evening today. You know, Leeds United play on Sunday the 12th of May. I forgot when we were there. 12th of May, 12 o'clock kickoff. So first leg of the playoffs. It's the first game of the 2023-24 Championship playoff campaign. West Brom and Southampton face off in their first leg just after we've finished our game. So 12 o'clock kickoff. Leeds United are in Norwich at Carrow Road, up against Norwich City, of course. First leg of our playoff semi-final. And let me know in the comments how you're feeling about it. Are you going to Carrow Road on Sunday afternoon? You know, how you're feeling about it. Any Norwich fans who have come across this video, how are you feeling about your team's chances up against my side, Leeds United? Are you confident? Are you not confident? Do you fancy yourselves to get to Wembley? All that kind of stuff. Everybody's welcome here. You know, it's nice to get a bit of a debate going. You know, obviously playoffs it is. We've long since accepted our fate for that one. Obviously, last weekend's defeat to Southampton sealed our disappointing place in the playoffs, given the fact that we at one stage could have gone for the automatics. But look, back in Leeds United hands. You know, now we're all on an even keel, all four teams. You know, we've got as good a chance as anybody to get in there. We finished the season in third position. Doesn't always, obviously, automatically give you the win in the playoffs, but you know, it's a good chance though. Leeds United are not in good form. We'll touch on it in a little while. Obviously, I'm donning my Leeds United jersey for this video. No plug, they're on offer, aren't they, at the moment, the Leeds shirts. Uh, if you fancy getting one, there might actually be you know, an iconic shirt should we get promoted, but let's wait and see. Yeah, I didn't get this one on offer to be fair, but they are on offer. You know, my face is red as a beetroot, as red as Alex Ferguson's face, perhaps. Today I have been outside all day long. I know, get in the comments and have a little game. Let's have a little game. Can you um, can you guess what my job is? That's what I want to know today. Not Leeds United related, obviously, but have a guess and see if you can guess what my job is. Anyway, let's get on with the preview. Leeds against Norwich on Norwich against Leeds. The team news, Daniel Farke has come out and said that Patrick Bamford is out for both legs. I saw somebody joking on Twitter or X that he has lost both of his legs. Obviously, he hasn't. He has an injury, a fresh injury. Of course, Patrick Bamford. His middle name, Pat, should be injury at the moment. He's always injured, Patty. You know, and there's a big divide in the fan base about Patrick Bamford. There always has been. But, you know, there's no doubt that he does affect the game and affect the team when he's playing. But I think probably ultimately it's probably time to say goodbye to Pat into and let him on his way with his, you know, with his podcast ventures, you know what I mean, or whatever's to come for him, obviously. I think it's maybe I would have said the last time we've seen Patrick in a Leeds United shirt. I don't think he'll be with us next season, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, I don't see him being there. I would really, really want to see a different change of tact and a different change of formation from Fark on you know, on Sunday. I've coined it do something different, Daniel. You know what I mean? Do something different, Daniel. Do something different with the team, please. You know, I would love to see your Perot up top with Matteo Joseph. You know, perhaps Jorginho Rutter behind them. You know, mix it up a bit because Leeds United forever has been so predictable. Obviously, Daniel James, I think, has got a little bit of a chance of making the squad for this game. If not this one, maybe the second leg on Thursday. Let's wait and see. But yeah, for me, like I said, Patrick Bamford, I don't think we'll see him in a Leeds shirt again. I think other than that, I think it's pretty much as you were. But Leeds United, like I said, we need something new, Daniel. We really, really do because Norwich will find us out if we play like we have done for the last few months. You need to surprise them with something else. Obviously, it's a big game for him coming back to his former team, added on to the pressures of the playoffs as well. David Wagner, of course, is a Norwich City coach. He has got history with Leeds United and beating Leeds United in the Championship, not the playoffs obviously, but the Championship regular season. He has experience of winning promotion with Huddersfield through the playoffs as well. So, you know, maybe there's that as well. I think Daniel, obviously, ultimately with his Championship experience, has won the division. Um, I don't. No, I'm saying this. I'm pretty sure he hasn't, but it's not a complete fact because I don't know for sure. But I'm pretty sure that he hasn't won any playoff games, Daniel Fark, because I don't think he's ever been involved in the Championship playoffs, and I'm pretty sure that's a correct fact. But for some reason, I'm doubting in my mind. I don't think he managed anybody in England, had he, before Norwich? And like I said, I think he's won it twice, the Championship. I don't think he's ever had the displeasure really of being in a playoff game. So in that sense, David Wagner is up on him in that sense, winning the playoffs with Huddersfield in what was it, 2016-17, was it? I think it was that season, wasn't it, that they went up and beat Reading in the playoff final on penalties. Amazingly, they went up without scoring a single goal in any of the three games that they played in the playoffs that season. Incredibly, won both. The playoff semi-final game against Sheff Wednesday on penalties after a 0-0 draw across the whole tie, and then I think they won on a penalty shootout after a 0-0 draw against Reading in the final. So amazing stuff. So hopefully that won't happen for David Wagner again. And Leeds United and Daniel Fark march on to the final. If we have a look at Norwich, then like we said, David Wagner in charge, and they've sort of stumbled to the playoffs. Really, I think they've managed to get there because of a good sort of late, late season surge, maybe around a I think from January to March. I think they had a good spell in the season. They certainly didn't end it very well, although, like I said in the previous video, I think Norwich actually come into it with the best form out of the four teams. 6 point accrued, which is the same as Southampton and West Brom. But I think they're coming in with 3 draws, a win, and a loss. Obviously, the loss was the last one against Norwich, but I do think actually as well, maybe if I can remember, they're coming in off it without a win in. I think they're actually coming at it without a win in 4. So yeah, they're not in good form at all. Like I said, they sort of crawled. They crawled the way over. I mean, they've only lost one of them 4, but they did crawl over the line in the end, and they've managed to get into it. And fair play to them, really. I mean, if you'll have a look at their playoff history over that, I think in the second division, I think there was a game they won against Wolves in the in the playoff semis. I think it was early 2000s, and then they lost to Birmingham in the final. But then they had a bit more joy in 2014-15 season. They won. They beat Ipswich, I think it was 4-2 on aggregate over the 2 legs in the semi-finals. Our very own Morley boy, Johnny Howson, contributed to that win. I think he scored a goal. And then they beat Middlesbrough in 2015 in the final 2-0 to get to the Premier League for the 15-16 season. So, yeah, look, they've done okay, certainly better than our playoff record, which we went through in the last videos as well, of course. Yeah, our playoff record is atrocious. The last time we featured in the playoffs was the 18-19 season, where we obviously failed in the second leg and lost to Derby, who eventually were beaten by Aston Villa. Yeah, obviously we led away in the first leg. It all went to plan. We beat them 1-0. Kemar Roof with the goal, and then it just went. Yeah, it just went belly up, didn't it, in the second leg at Ellen Road? Even after Stuart Dallas put us 2-0 up in the tie. But we won't talk about that anymore because it was a terrible evening for Leeds, and one that I don't think anybody will forget for all the wrong reasons. So yeah, but Sunday's a new day. Sunday's a new era of playoffs for Leeds, and hopefully we can get the job done. And at the very least, the first hurdle, get ourselves to Wembley and see what happens from there. But yeah, like we've covered, Norwich's form, obviously Leeds' form is worse. We've only got 4 points. I think yeah, we've lost three, drawn one, and won one of the last 5 regular games of the season. Not good enough at all. But like we said, we it's a clean slate now. Everybody's on an even keel. Forget about what happened and how you finished the season. Forget about the 46 games that's come before this. It's a completely new, um, it's a completely new thing for Leeds now. Just get on and try and your very very best to win the game and win the tie and get to Wembley. And history doesn't really matter at this stage. You know what I mean? It really really doesn't. You just got to go out on the day, do your best, and I think we're good enough to beat Norwich on Sunday and as well on the whole tie. Now they can cause us issues, of course they can. The likes of Josh Sargent, 16 goals this season. Gabriel Sara, who's a real thorn in anybody's side and did show his quality against us at Carrow Road, especially in the regular season. Um, yeah, 13 goals and 12 assists. He's had a fantastic season, and I'm sure a lot of Premier League teams will be looking at him saying, "Hey, look at this lad. In the Championship, could do a job for us in the Premier League. Hell, maybe if Leeds United get up, maybe that's a player that we can have a look at." There's Jonathan Rowe as well, 12 goals as well this season. Young lad, doing very, very well and had a good spell in the season. A very, real purple patch. In the sort of later stages of the season. So they've got quality that can hurt us. Obviously, coming into the game, they've had the disruption of Shane Duffy being arrested for drink driving. So that's not good preparation. Obviously, you wouldn't have thought he would play, but I don't know what the outcome's been really. So maybe he will yet still play. I don't know, but he's featured quite heavily as Duffy in the Championship for Norwich this season. 38 games of the 46 game season. So, and who's there to score the own goals for Leeds? He got us back into that game at Carrow Road in October, which we eventually won 3-2, having been 2-0 down. I think it was 2-0 at half time, wasn't it, to Norwich? Duffy scored an own goal, and then we fought back. Chris Somerville was very instrumental and scored. I think he scored twice, didn't he, in that on that day in October last year. Obviously, still this season. And then if we look back at the other game that we played against Norwich at Ellen Road, same same scenario, same run of events. As the playoffs have gone in the end, away first, then home. We did play them at Ellen Road at the end of January, and Patrick Bamford obviously scored the only goal of the game, a first half header, which found the net, which gave us a 1-0 victory in the end. It was when we were on an incredible run of undefeated games. I think it ended at 16 matches, didn't it? From sort of January to March time. So yeah, we went a long stretch without getting beaten. and that game fell in that run of games. And to be fair, I remember Norwich, they did look pretty decent. They looked on it that evening. Probably should have scored. I think Sarr himself missed a golden opportunity on the stroke of half time. And it was quite nervy for Leeds, I seem to remember, in the second half, and we just couldn't get that second goal. But we got the game over the line and won the game 1-0. I mean, that would do me next Thursday, providing we got a positive result, of course, on Sunday. So we've got the away game to come first. Like I said, we've got experience of winning at Carrow Road, this season already. Hopefully they can take that into this game and win the game more comfortably, which would obviously give us a boost for the second leg. But yeah, let me know what you're feeling in this game. I mean, it's going to be difficult. Like I said, I think we need to try something different. I don't think he will. I mean, but I really do think we do need to do, because Norwich will have done the homework. They'll know what to expect from Leeds United, and we really need to sort of throw a bit of a curveball and say, hey, you didn't expect that, But let's see what Fark does. Maybe he'll call on his experience at the Middlesbrough game and manage the game as he sees it, instead of managing it from like a plan, like he always seems to do. That one was great, that Middlesbrough win, because he almost looked at the game and was reacting live in game to to how to counteract how Middlesbrough were playing. Hopefully he'll deploy a similar tactic at at Norwich on Sunday, but I can't see it really. Do I think we'll win? Yeah, but I've said that a few times this season, particularly latterly in the season, and I've been wrong. Obviously, you can't predict the score, but I think we'll have enough to beat them. But let's wait and see. Let me know your comments there in your predictions for the game and for the whole tie in the comments there below. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and remember, to try and guess what my job is as well. Like I said at the top, that's a bit of fun for everybody. And like I said, any Norwich fans joining me today or whenever you're listening to it, everybody's very welcome. Leave me your comments and thoughts in there below as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.